And good morning, everyone, and welcome to Wow Wednesday. I am your host, Nancy Matthews, one of the founders of Women's Prosperity Network, and it's a pleasure and a privilege to be here with you today and share with you the teachings and a conversation with my dear, dear friend, Evie Diaz. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. It's such an honor to be here with you. And of course, with all the Women Prosperity Network sisters. Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. We are here, and today is going to be a powerful conversation on how to heal financial trauma by practicing one habit. So I want to learn it. Do you want to learn it? Go ahead and tell me in the comments and the chat below. Yes, what's one habit can change everything? Yes, it can. We just got to be willing to do it. And I can't wait to learn what it is. So good. Before we kick off with Evie, I want to share a couple of announcements in the wonderful world of Women's Prosperity Network. And I'll start with this Friday, we're hosting a clinic. It's a sales and marketing clinic to make it easy for you to generate more leads and not just, kick the tire leads, actually quality leads of people who are interested in what you have to offer. And second, how to have inspiring and engaging conversations that cause people to say, how can I work with you? Like, isn't that better instead of having to sell people? We want to show you how to have easy, natural, and inspiring conversations that inspire you and inspire get started. So join us this Friday. It's from 12 to 5 Eastern, a half-day workshop. And we're going to take you through all that process. Go to our website and the events calendar, and you'll see all the details on how you can join us. And there's a VIP option with some bonuses, as well as what we're going to do together on day 2. And join us for day 1. It'll be absolutely amazing. So that's probably the most important thing I want to share with you all is really to step into earning more by serving more. And that's really what we're here to talk about. And that's actually a good segue into our conversation today with Evie, because we're talking about money and earnings and bringing revenue in. Yeah, money, money, money. And in fact, Evie is hosting a 2-day workshop in November called Money Fest Live. Who wants to go to that? I do. And I'll be speaking at that event as well. And we'll tell you a little bit about that later on in the show. Let's jump in because I'm sure you're eager to learn what this one habit is. Let me give you some about Evie's background. So Evie Diaz is a financial empowerment speaker, financial trauma healer, and soon to be Hay House published author. As the founder of Bizniversity Strategic Growth Seminars, Evie empowers heart-centered spiritual women to rise above their limiting money beliefs and manifest financial freedom. Having overcome poverty and deeply ingrained financial trauma herself, she understands the journey from scarcity to abundance firsthand. Her signature F.A.B MoneyScripting, F.A.B MoneyScripting method of manifesting financial freedom helps entrepreneurial women rewrite their financial stories so that they can manifest abundance. Her personal transformation, guided by spiritual teachings and mindset mastery, drives her mission to help others break free from financial fear and claim the abundance they deserve. Welcome, my dear friend.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here.
I can't wait to jump into today's conversation. And what's interesting is as we're sitting here together, virtually, of course, I remember, oh my gosh, 2010, 2009, you and I hosted an event together.
Yeah.
Here in Fort Lauderdale. I'm like, isn't this fun to be on sharing stages again?
I love it. I'm so appreciative. And back then, it's interesting because I used to speak on marketing, specifically email marketing. And that was, of course, until the pandemic when Source started downloading these these messages to me that I decided then I was guided to begin writing what is now the book that I'm writing, and some of which I'm going to be sharing today. What I'm going to be sharing today, though, is something that has been coming to me gradually. And so I want to share that with you because, you know, sometimes we think we have to have it all to write a book or to create a course or to present. But when we are spiritually aligned and we ask for guidance, guidance does come. And
Absolutely.
so, you know, I decided today to talk about financial trauma because psychologists and financial trauma therapists, they say that this is a negative financial experience that significantly impact your well-being. Now, this is really important to understand if you have been training a lot or retraining your mind on money manifesting and client attraction, and you're wondering, why isn't it yet working?
Mm-hmm.
And what it may be due to a financial traumatic incident. That's what I'm calling it. And we might have many financial traumatic incidents. And, you know, this means that you could have had a circumstance, could have been during the pandemic. A lot of times, though, it comes from childhood. Let's say if you grew up like me in poverty, okay, and if either your parents or you have had like a sudden job loss or a home loss or a lot of money. And what happens, if it happens when you're young, this creates some very deep rooted wounds. And that's why I say that we must heal through those wounds. Now, the impact of financial trauma extends, and I want you to hear this clearly, far beyond monetary concerns. And that's very important because what that means is that it can infiltrate your entire life, your entire well-being, your mental health, your relationships, even your health, in that you may not be able to sleep well because you feel anxious or you're ruminating. And so, and of course, it can impact your self-worth and your ability to ask for what you want. So today, I want to invite all of us here to really go on this journey. And, you know, Nancy, I like to call it a journey towards financial trauma healing. And I say that I like to begin a journey because, you know, I don't know everyone here. I don't know everyone listening. So I don't know if people have suffered this financial trauma, this incident that created this financial trauma. And so I'm very cognizant of the words that I use as much as possible, because journey and the word journey, and what does that imply to you when you hear the word journey?
That it's a path forward, that, you know, it's not, you know, if I'm taking a journey, it's leading me to a destination.
Right.
And it's a process. That's what I
It's a
think.
process. I love that
Process.
word. I just resonate with the word journey. And I want all of us to think about that. And I want to say that this is kind of like releasing weight. And I love using the word releasing weight because when we're on a journey of releasing weight, right? We know that if we have fat, and I'm talking about actual fat in our body, it weighs heavy on our body. I know that when I've been at my highest weight, I haven't been able to walk properly, much less run. And so that just like weight, excess fat weighs on us, financial trauma does the same thing. It weighs on us and it stops us from going as fast or moving forward as easily as we would. And just like, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, and it's interesting because using that analogy, one of the big differences and why we want to engage in this process and this journey with you is when we have an extra 10, 20, 30 pounds of extra fat on our body, we know it, we can see it, we can feel it, our pants don't fit, right? But the financial
Absolutely.
trauma is not as evident, the appearance, it's kind of hidden, right?
Absolutely. And let me tell you, as much work as I've been doing, and I've done a lot of work with many women, many of which have been part of Women's Prosperity Network. And then SOAR's kind of downloaded this program, this process, this method, this practice called the F.A.B. MoneyScripting method. And that's what I've been using. And that's what has allowed me to study further and understand this financial trauma. Now, understand, I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a financial trauma therapist. What I do is I teach women how to heal themselves through this process, through this method that Source gave me. And the first part is for us to identify a financially traumatic incident. Now, in order to help you with that, and I don't want to tap into that today, but I want to give myself as an example to you, because you want to do that when you're ready, and perhaps, when you are ready to deal with it. And so one of the financial incidents, and I've been rehashing.
Hold on. Give me one moment.
Sure. Oh, it's
me?
No, you went frozen.
Yeah, I'm having a connection issue, so sorry about that, everyone.
Yes.
So I want to point out what Evie just did. So she said, I want you to consider a financial trauma, right? But don't do it now, because you don't want to bring up these things unless you have the space to.
Correct.
Work that copy you need to create, whatever that is. So choose the space to allow the full experience and process through this journey. So thank you for being so responsible in guiding us.
Absolutely. So that's why I'm going to share with you one of mine, but I was saying that throughout writing this book, a lot of them have emerged. While been traveling, I love writing when I'm up in the sky, traveling in an airplane. And I've been crying, and my husband asked, why are you crying? And all of a sudden it's because something came up. And it's interesting because my family always said that I don't have good memory, but that's always been my defense mechanism to protect myself, recalling a lot of this. But when my Hay House editor said, you don't have enough stories here, I asked Source to allow me to recall these stories, and they've been coming to me. So one of the ones that I've dealt with is one that happened around the age of 11, when my mom and I and my siblings had to leave because my mom was in a domestic violence situation. And we left literally overnight from the island of Puerto Rico, where we were living at that time. We took a flight out of there to New Jersey. And so we came to New Jersey to live and stay with family. And so we were homeless. We had to leave everything, and we came with just the clothes on our backs because it happened that sudden. And when she went to put me in school, she realized I needed shoes because I had one pair of very old, tight shoes. And we went to a store. I never forget the store. It was called Valley Fair. And let me tell you, even though I've dealt with it, always I can feel my pain as a little girl here in my heart and in my throat, because it was a very painful moment in my life when all of this was happening, So she took me to the store with my aunt, and I saw a pair of shoes I liked. And of course, as a little girl, I just saw what I liked. And apparently they must have been a little bit overpriced, because my mom, she said to me, who do you think you are? What do you think? Countries? We can't afford that. I don't have that money. If you want those shoes, you got to work hard for them. Now, me as a little girl, I didn't understand that my mom was going through her own trauma at that time. She was going through her own thing. And it was true that we didn't have money, okay? And at that moment, I felt a wave of guilt and shame. I felt that I was an inconsiderate little girl. In fact, she might have even said that to me, that I was an inconsiderate little girl. And remember, I was already going through being homeless, because that's what we were. And I realized that that's one of the incidents that began this money script. And the money script was that I wasn't worthy or deserving of anything good. That's how I put it in my mind. That's how I defined it. I thought I could never ask for anything I wanted because I wasn't entitled to ask, nor was I entitled to get what I wanted. And I started believing that I had to work hard. And that's why I started my first job at the age of 14 and have been working ever since. Now, I said a word, money script. Now, for the longest time, I want you to understand those money scripts are money beliefs. And I've been using the word money script since I started writing. And recently this year, I found out that a psychologist actually trademarked that term. So I've been researching more about it, but it's interesting because it is an actual psychological term now. And so I use it, and I've been using it because that is the money script, which you can call a money belief that started in my mind of saying, I'm not deserving. It's not okay for me to ask for what I want. It's not okay for me to ask. There's not enough money. I have to work hard for money. So all these money scripts began dictating, and listen to the word I said, dictating how I felt towards money, which determined what I believed and what I created in my life. Today, I'm a believer that we cannot change our money story without healing our money script. And that only happens when we understand that financial traumatic incident. You can call it a trigger if you want, okay? And that is why Source inspired me to create the practice. And I use the word practice and habit intentionally, because a habit ceases to become a habit when we don't do it regularly or daily. And a practice, because I want you to feel like I do, and that is that practice makes perfect. And so that if today I am not perfectly where I want to be, that's okay, because I'm practicing and I'm on my journey. And that's why I use that terminology. So when a very impactful incident occurs in your life, it can lead to developing financial trauma. Now, financial trauma is different from financial stress, which everyone at some point feels in their life. Financial trauma, as you can sense from my little story there, is something that is very traumatic and it causes a massive impact. Does that help to define that a little better?
That was absolutely, that was very powerful. And like in my head, I'm thinking about my different financial traumas because there's been more than one.
There usually is, Nancy. There's usually
Yeah.
a lot. And, you know, the older we are, it may be like some people might have had financial trauma through the pandemic. So,
or
you know,
back in 2008 with the whole financial collapse.
which I
That's
did.
where
I had one
me,
there.
me too.
I had one there. So, you know, it's important to understand because when we tap into that, we realize all the different emotions that have come as a result of that too. And so the first step in this practice, feel, act, and be, that's what F.A.B stands for, is to feel your emotions. And, you know, I ask people when we're in the right container to bring up those incidents and to feel those emotions so that we can reframe and then rewrite them. Because the F.A.B money scripting method is a certain way of scripting. And it's different from journaling, you know, and I don't know if I need to get into like the difference. Like scripting is future focus. Journaling is about more reflective thinking.
Yes. Yeah.
And money scripting is specifically to deal with your money and finances. Okay.
I love that.
Yes, yes. And now, you know, I understand why Source gave me money scripts and then money scripting, because the way to heal your money scripts is by practicing the F.A.B money scripting method. And I call it practicing because, yes, sometimes you have to continue the work to fully heal from it, because you may realize that things come up. Like, for example, one time I was buying a book because I do, you know, book groups and book reading clubs. And I said, which one do I want to get? Do I want to get the easiest one that's I can listen to? And then I said, well, let me see which one is the cheapest. So that may sound like
Shows up.
something silly too. I'm keeping it very, very, kind of surface, not diving deep in, because that's what we're going to do on Thursday. We're going to dive deeper into this. But I want
Wait.
us to
You just
realize,
dropped a little hint about
yeah,
Thursday. What's happening
yeah.
Thursday?
So Thursday, I am diving deep into this topic. The reason why we selected this title is because we're going to dive deeper into this and hopefully get into a few of you, allowing one or two of you to go deep into this so that we can explore the different emotions and what the results of that is. I started saying the different emotions. And by the way, so Thursday, because you asked me, is this Thursday? Tomorrow. That's tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern time. I'm in Florida, like Nancy. We're going to be diving a little bit deeper into this. And the reason why I'm doing this is because, like Nancy mentioned, we have Money Fest Live, which I am so delighted that she's going to join us in and be a big part of it. Because what we want to do is begin now to start dealing with this, right? For what purpose, might you ask? For the purpose of helping you to end 2024 in a high financial note and begin soaring high in 2025. And so we're starting early. One of the things that I'm doing is this 90-minute masterclass tomorrow to help you so that you can begin, because our event happens on November 1st and 2nd, and you're going to be a little bit ahead of the game because we're going to get you started by starting to work through this process already, through some of the teachings that SOARs have been giving me to empower you to really begin reframing and rewriting even your current story now. And your current story, I say, might not be what I call your fabulously financially free future self. And through the F.A.B method, you feel, you act like your fabulously financially free future self. Now you begin to become that. Does that make sense, Nancy?
Yeah. And I was just putting the link in the chat and on Facebook for everyone. So the class that she's doing on Thursday, which is tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern, is an opportunity to create that container we talked about before to actually, I know everybody listening in has one or two traumas, incidents that have come to mind. Well, do you want to really leave it lingering there? Let's get on into the container with Evie. Set aside the time for tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern. And the investment for this class is $44. Is that correct?
That's it. That is it. And I created a special there. When they go there, they'll have other opportunities to get Money Fest. And I encourage you to join us tomorrow, whether you've done any work on this or not, or if, like me, you've done work and you're still wondering, hey, what is going on?
Yeah. And I often look at doing the work and the journey, like I am always going to be working on myself. And let me be clear about this, working on myself because I can always get better, not that I'm broken. Right? So I want you all to hear that distinction. This class is so that we can get better, enjoy better, have a fab life, feel, act, be, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I continue to go to classes and courses and read books and study, so that I know I am not at the best I could possibly be in this human existence. I'm not there yet. I'm really good and I'm enjoying where I'm at. So it's about going to classes and seeking improvement for ourselves so we can have even more, not because we're broken.
I love that you said that. I like to say, everybody's talking about AI, artificial intelligence. Well, what I talk mostly about is IA. And you know what IA is?
I am
Infinite abundance.
Hey, baby.
Infinite abundance. I want you to remember, when you see AI, think IA. I am infinitely abundant. You are a big vault. And all you have to do is open that vault. And in that vault, you open yourself and you receive everything that you are worthy and deserving of, because we are all indeed worthy and deserving of everything. So it's like opening that vault, it's like opening your eyes. Because one of the things, I'm a believer that when we ask, like the Bible says, we receive. Now, why is it that we don't see it? And that is because I believe that our faith has not gotten us there yet. But what we're asking for is there. I often do the analogy of like when you order at Amazon, right? You place an order, right? Do you have faith that that order will come in once you pay?
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't come right away, right? But you know it's coming. So when you place an order, I want you to say it's on its way. It's on its way. And so Nancy was saying about not being broken, because we're not broken. It's that you are working on opening your eyes and your understanding so that we can see. And I see my understanding. I'm always learning from other people that do what I do. And I'm always open and receptive to it, because as long as I'm alive and I am breathing, I want to learn.
Yeah, that's it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So girl, it's almost halfway mark. We're going to come up and invite people in just a moment. I want to be clear about something before we open up the lines. So the one habit to practice to heal these financial traumas is the money scripting.
It's the F.A.B. money scripting method of manifesting financial freedom. Yes, because, and let me just say a couple of things, just like releasing weight, because I've been releasing and I gain. When I lose my practice, which right now my practice is intermittent fasting, when I lose my practice, meaning when I'm not consistent, when I'm not monitoring what I eat, guess what? I'll immediately gain 4 pounds, which I just recently did. So that's why it's a daily habit. One of the things I tell people, and we'll talk more about this tomorrow, I have here a toothbrush and a whole bunch of pens next to my desk. And in the bathroom, I have my toothbrush, a pen. And that is to remind me of my daily practice, because practice ceases to be a habit when I forget. And sometimes I need reminders. And so right here, you see that? And I picked this thing, which has like money thing, to remind me of my practice. And tomorrow,
I love that.
About how to do it.
Beautiful, beautiful. So join us for the practice tomorrow. Will there be replays available if I can't make it tomorrow?
I didn't plan to have a replay simply because, I do record it for myself, but because I allow people to share intimate stuff. We can talk about it tomorrow when we're in the group. We could decide as a group if we want to share it to each other. But yeah, these are such intimate conversations.
Well, and the reason I bring it up is if, like I'm actually already booked for tomorrow at 5:00. So, are you going to offer it again, or should I just get the ticket to MoneyFest Live? So let's talk about MoneyFest Live.
Yes.
So I'll put first of all, to register for the class tomorrow, because I know we have several people here with us that are on the telephone. You want to jot down this website URL. So it's Bizniversity, and I'll spell that for you.
Well, it's like it's like university, but you take out the U and you replace it with biz, B-I-Z.
Correct. So Bizniversity, which is BizNiversity.com. So Bizniversity.com/heal, HEAL -money -traumas with an S on it. And traumas is TRAUMAS. So register for that. And if you can't make it, she'll let us know if she's going to do another one. And what I really want to encourage you all to do is to join us for the 2-day experience called MoneyFest Live, where Evie is bringing myself, Dean Hankey, and her, as well as 1 or 2 other speakers, so that we've got this beautiful space to work through what we need to work through to move forward, finish 2024 strong. So Go to moneyfestlive.com. The tickets for that 2-day event are $44.
That's right. And just like you saw by the way, we're doing this conversation so that you understand, we're calling it the MoneyFest Live International Women's Conference. And it's not like your traditional conference. Just like we're going to be discussing this, Nancy's going to be getting into the sales part of it, and it's going to be very experiential. So we're not just going to be talking like, I did most of the talking here today. No, it's a little bit of talking, and we're going to be doing work. We're going to be working together through these different exercises.
Yeah, it's going to be powerful. So join us November 1st and 2nd for MoneyFest Live. And if you're able to, let's start doing the work together now and register at bizniversity.com/heal-money-traumas. Evie, so good. And it's really beautiful to be in this conversation. And I am grateful to Source for downloading this to you. You are a powerhouse, and you're a powerhouse of spirit and heart in service to others. So thank you for being who you are.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Nancy. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Let's open up for some questions. So if you are here with us on Zoom, you can raise your hand. And then we'll get you to your question or your comment. So if you have any insights, give me a second. I'm making all the magic happen so people can chime in. So we'd love to hear from you. So raise your hand, or if you're on your phone, you can just unmute yourself by hitting *6. Join in the conversation. And once again, this is about taking the opportunity to look at your life. Are there things that you want from a financial perspective that haven't happened? Right. And yes, I can place the order and it's on its way. But if you don't heal what's going on underneath, you're going to continue to carry around the weight, just like we talked about this analogy, right? So we've got to heal what's underneath to be able to move forward. Otherwise, you're not in vibrational alignment with what your words are saying you want, and the script that's dictating. I love that you use that script that's dictating where everything is going. So join us for moneyfestlive.com. That's all you need to do is go there. And Nellie Williams, good morning, my friend.
Good morning, Nancy. Good morning, Evie.
Good morning.
This was such a powerful, packed wow. I have to go back and listen again because there was so much inside of it. Evie, my question is for the November 1st and 2nd, will that be recorded? I have a commitment on that weekend.
And, we had originally thought about it, but really we want this to be a live experience, and we'll probably decide that for the VIP right now. Because it's an experience, we really want people to experience this because we don't want to be just talking heads. So right now, we had made a decision not to record it because it's all experiential. And if that changes, you'll know that. But right now, the way we have it set up, that's what is called MoneyFest Live, because it's a virtual live experience. We are going to record it. What we don't know if we're going to be sharing the recordings because of the nature of what we're sharing, because of the intimacy we're creating.
And is this on the 2-day multi-speaker part also?
Yes, it's multi-speaker, but we are aligning all our training and our thoughts together for one cohesive message. Yeah. So it's not like Nancy's going to speak just on one day. Nancy's actually speaking on both days. So am I. So we're all speaking on both days because it's like I said, it's a different type of experience. We're dialoguing with you. That's what we're doing.
I understand. So thank you very much. And maybe I'll just have to wait for another time.
Absolutely.
But you let me know, because I would order the VIP if it would allow me to see replays.
Got it.
Thank you.
And I appreciate you saying that, and we'll take that into consideration. Please feel free to follow me everywhere on social media at Evie Diaz Speaks if you have any questions, if you want me to let you know about other courses. And by the way, also join us for our Fabpreneurs weekly. I forgot to mention that, Nancy.
Oh yeah, what was that?
We do a free Fabpreneurs meeting, which is a different type of networking, because the idea there is to elevate our mood so that we can refer and network with each other. And what we are creating there is a preview container of what's going to happen at MoneyFest Live. So that's actually tomorrow at 4, and I'll put the link for that in case anybody wants to join us. That's completely free. And
Do
we
you do
get
that every week?
every week, Thursdays at 4.
Oh, yeah. Let's get the link to that so people can join us. And there's no cost to come play there. Is that correct?
What you can come and tell us all about your business. All we ask is that you come with an open heart and a love for sharing and having fun.
Okay. She loves to have fun. I promise you that.
Yes.
And that's 4
What I
o'clock
say- go ahead.
Eastern.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. I like to say girls, we always start with Girls Just Want to Have Fun by Cyndi Lauper, but I say, remember, girls want to have funds, Funds. Funds.
I love it. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. So the link for, let's see, what do you call this?
This is actually our Fabpreneurs networking celebration. I put it in there. I have
All right, I
a
need
bit.ly smaller link. I'll give you that one because that one's a very long one. So let me get the
Right. And I need that we have so many people that are here on the phone. We need to be able to give them the link for that as well.
I will give that to them in just 1 second. Any other questions while we look for this link?
Let's go ahead.
Question.
Oh,
Yes,
somebody-
This is Ann. I have a little confusion about 2 things happening at 4 tomorrow, so maybe I'm mixing up the times because I heard a master class happening for $44, and then I heard that the networking event is free. So
Okay, so the networking starts at 4 p.m., immediately followed by the class at 5.
thank you.
Yes, thank you for asking a very good question because other people might have been confused. So it's 4 o'clock Eastern time, Florida time, and then 5 o'clock. And I put the bit.ly there. You can go to bit.ly Fabpreneurs Networking.
bit.ly, bit.ly /FAB, which is capital F.A.B, preneurs networking with a capital N. So there's and Evie, give your email address because these are not easy things to spell. So I want to make sure people know how to get in touch with
I'm
you.
sorry, I always like to make up my own words and my own things. So
I know, but it doesn't make it easy. I
know.
want to make sure they can find you.
Yes. So as I said, you can find me everywhere at Evie Diaz Speaks and Evie. Okay. Evie Diaz Speaks at Gmail. That's easy enough. That way we'll keep it simple. Evie Diaz Speaks at Gmail.
Beautiful. All right, I'm trying to get this stuff. Oh, there it is. It's showing up. Okay. Let's see. We've got a few more minutes left. So grab your tickets for the MoneyFest Live. I'm looking forward to sharing that experience with you, as well as come to the free weekly networking and really experience some amazing growth and opportunity to heal and have fun and all of that too. All right, good. Anything else you want to share today before we wrap up, Evie?
I see Nellie has, I don't know if that was from before or she has.
Yeah, I think that was from before.
No, I do have another question.
Forgive me.
Thank you.
Evie.
Evie, tell us about your book. Is it out? Is it on the way?
Very good question. So as of right now, it's not out. It's not even finished yet. I have to finish it by the end of the year, and then I'll know when it will be published. As of last, what I heard is that it looks like it's going to be in 2026. Hay House has a lot of authors, so mine is not scheduled to come out until I finish it. So as soon as I finish it at the end of this year, which is my deadline, I'll know, but the earliest it would be 2026. However, that's why I'm doing MoneyFest Live, because you'll get a chance to practice the method and hopefully be a great case study to get into my book, because I'm looking for case studies for my book.
Yeah. Perfect.
Thank you.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for that question. That was really good. All right. Let me double check. Anybody else have a question or a comment, insight, or aha that they want to share if you're with us on Facebook? Actually, Dorothy Ross had a question on Facebook, and she asked, will you be teaching lessons to change the mindset that can be done daily or weekly?
Well, that's what the practice is about, because a money script is an ingrained belief about money. And while I said that the psychologist who actually trademarked the work has them stemming from he classifies them in four. I have a broader perspective, and that is anything that is preventing you and how is afflicting or affecting your daily life, because we live live on the daily. So the answer to that is yes. And that's why I call it a practice and a habit, because this is a practice and a daily habit that you must do.
Right.
Because remember that one of the practices in order for us to change our mindset is the daily repetition of that reframe. So remember I said we're going to reframe and rewrite. So in order for us to have that down pat, we have to develop the practice on a daily basis. And that happens to consistent repetition. So yes.
Beautiful. And that's why I love that you have the toothbrush next to the pen as that reminder. That is so good.
Toothbrush and pen.
I love it. I love it. Because I often say, like, so many of you know that I have a program I put together called Receiving Your Riches, which is a 30-day process and journey, creating new habits of reading or listening and journaling every day and reflecting. And I give you, prompts and questions for that. And people say, oh, I can't do it every day. I'm like, do you brush your teeth every day? Come on. So I love that you use that as your.
Absolutely. And I want people to remember that. It's just like if we want to keep a healthy lifestyle, we have to have a healthy lifestyle. And that means every day.
I'm thinking we should start selling journals with toothbrushes. Or a toothbrush that's a pen.
Can I use that? Because actually what my first proposal to Hay House was the journal. And they said, no, you have to write the book and then the journal.
It is true. It is true. So we'll talk.
My journal. Yeah, maybe I'll use that in the journal. I like that idea because as you can see,
we'll talk.
It depends.
Yeah, I love it. All right. My friend, thank you for being with us today and sharing so beautifully. Thank you to all of our listeners for joining us. Please do jump on over tomorrow at 4 p.m. every Thursday weekly, the F.A.B.preneurs networking event. And it's bit.ly/FABpreneurs networking. F.A.B is capital and then the capital N. So if that's too much to comprehend, send an email because it's a lot. Send an email to Evie Diaz at gmail.com.
Evie Diaz speaks.
Evie Diaz speaks. EPIEDIAZ speaks at gmail.com. We look forward to seeing you at some F.A.B event coming up soon and MoneyFest Live. Yay!
Yes, thank you so much, Nancy. I'm so excited that you're coming on this journey with us, and I'm so excited for all women that have made a decision to really make this year the year that they soar, because the year is not over. And one of the things you're going to learn in MoneyFest is the power of the 90-day intention, which is what we're going to talk about further in MoneyFest. And there is power in that. So if you think the year's over, if you haven't achieved your financial goals, the year's not over. There's still time. Miracles, if you want to call it a miracle, happen every day. And the miracle is the shift in consciousness. So I invite you to shift your consciousness about that and say yes to you.
Yes. All right, everyone. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow, my friends. Until next time, hey, grab your ticket also to join us for Friday's Sales and Marketing Clinic. It's going to be powerful, and you'll get skill sets as well as mindsets to feel more empowered and equipped to have conversations with people that move them forward with what they want and move you forward with what you want. That's what it's all about. So we'll see you there. Have a great day, everyone. Bye, Evie. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.